Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey, today we're gonna look at the Alchemist Blossom from Tsai. What is it? It's metal bending. It's a fork bend, and it's been 10 years in the making. This is something that Tsai does in his stage routine, and he's made it available to the public. So if you want to see it, this is it. This is Blossom.
From the mind of Tsai, we bring you Blossom, the most visual fork bend to date. Guarded closely in Will's professional repertoire for exactly 10 years, today's the day to finally unleash the beast. There are various techniques that magicians and mentalists use to perform metal bending effects, and most effects can be achieved by using just those techniques. But with Blossom, you can't. It's so beautiful, so clean, and so real. Blossom is what this specific technology is made for.
All right, so that was Tsai. You might remember he did Vapor, he did Sharpie, he did Photoshop, Trace, he did Chocolate Coin. This was published by the good people down at Sans Minds Magic. And right away, I want to mention that there's actually two versions of this effect. There are two versions of Blossom. You can get the wide range version, which is a little slower, the bend is a little slower, and then you can get the sensitive version. Now, I could explain this for you, but Herman from Sans Minds did a much better job, and so I'm going to let him explain it for you. Here's Herman from Sans Minds.
Hey guys, Herman here from Sans Minds Magic, here to let you know that there are two versions of Blossom to fit your specific need. Now there's a sensitive version and a wide range version. Now Blossom is a fully automated self-bending effect that's triggered with temperature. So the sensitive version is triggered between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Now the discrepancy depends on the moisture level of where you live. The Blossom sensitive version doesn't have the range of tolerance like the wide range version. However, it's much more visual because the animation happens a lot quicker and the triggering point is at a lower temperature. This is designed for performers on stage and other controlled environments where the music is playing loudly and you want to have your audience's attention in the shortest amount of time. The Blossom wide range version is triggered between 25 to 32 degrees Celsius. Now, it doesn't react as fast as the sensitive version. However, the range of tolerance is much wider before hitting the heat triggering point. It's made for performers who wish to carry it around more freely. Now, as the change is slightly slower, it's perfect for performers who prefer to present with longer pattern. Now, if you reside in a more humid place like Brazil or Hawaii, then this is perfect for you as well. Overall, Blossom is available to fit your specific style. Now, if you want the animation to happen faster, go with the sensitive version. However, if you want more control and like to present with longer pattern, go with the wide range version. Blossom is the most amazing visual bend effect to date. I know you guys are gonna love it. Check it out.
All right, so a couple questions we always ask of all our magic products. The first of which is, what's in the box? Hey, what's in the box? You're gonna get the device, right? You're gonna get the fork. You're gonna get a certificate of authenticity. That's pretty cool. I've never had a certificate of authenticity before in one of my magic effects. And you're gonna get a 39-minute DVD. Is it what I thought? Yeah, absolutely, it's what I thought. If you're familiar already with metal bending and you know some of the ins and outs of it, or at least what it entails, I don't think the Blossom device is gonna be surprising in any way. A lot of the things that you already know about metal bending, you're gonna see and understand very easily with Blossom. How are the angles? It depends on what you're talking about. You can do this both for close-up and for stage. So usually when we talk about angles, we're talking about close-up. So with close-up, of course, you know, there's no angle issues. It's a straightforward fork bend. There aren't any angles to worry about, and the stage presentation's a little different. Can it be inspected? Yes. It feels like a real metal bent fork, and usually, you know, we're talking about close-up again as opposed to stage. In close-up, the spectator can hold it in their hands actually, and Will does teach you how to do the bend with the fork actually in your spectator's hands. So that would be the best inspection of all. For stage, Will does tell you to do a switch, and so he does go over that. All right, so what's the overall quality and production value of the DVD? Hey, it's everything you'd expect from a Sans Minds Magic product. Tsai goes over everything you need to know. It's all shot in HD. You've got multiple locations, multiple camera angles, lots of good teaching, and lots of points and ideas. Will try to give you as much as he can give you as far as how he does it on stage, and even how to do it as a cost-effective way for you to do it on stage. All right, so is the gimmick well made? This is the Blossom gimmick itself, and as you can see, it looks and feels like a real regular fork. Your spectator could kind of wiggle the tines here and not feel any movement This does feel like it's locked in place. This is gonna look and feel like a real fork, and so I don't think you're gonna get any heat on this. I think your spectators will be completely blown away. All right, so how much practice does this take? Usually with metal bending, if you've already experienced it before, you know something about it, you know that usually the device does most of the work. So practice-wise, there's really nothing to practice other than showmanship. And I think showmanship is something to practice, and I think we as magicians always kind of forget that there's an element of showmanship that goes along with your effects. To just do your effects straightforward and say, here's a fork, watch it bend, ta-da, magic. You know, there's something lacking to that, and I think that part of the reasons why you see so many magicians on TV become famous, you realize right away it's not always necessarily their skill, it's their showmanship. And I think that is especially true with something like this, where the device is doing most of the work for you. I think you need to spend extra time on your showmanship and your presentation. All right, so how much setup and reset is there involved with this? A lot. There's a lot, okay? And this has to do also with the practicality of this. This is really a one-shot. You are not gonna do this and then repeat it again in the next 10 minutes, all right? This is something you're gonna do once, probably the entire evening. I'm not saying you couldn't do it over and over again, you probably could, but the reset on it is quite extensive. I will add also, if you're familiar with metal bending, you already understand that to get this into setup position, you're going to need an additional item. And to do this on stage, as a stage effect, you're going to need another additional item to activate it. And so just be aware that going in, there's going to be some extra cost involved. If you're planning on doing this just as close-up, Will does give you a way to do this so that you can do it in a close-up environment. If you're not familiar with metal bending already, let me just add that you're going to need some extra expense in transportation and activation in your setup and reset. All right, so what are the positives for this? Positives for Blossom is it looks beautiful. Will goes over this in his video that he was just generally dissatisfied with previous tricks that involved fork bending, and he wanted to create something that was a little bit more natural, a little bit more magical looking, and he certainly has done that. So this looks like a very beautiful bend, it looks like a very magical bend, it looks like a very impossible bend, and so I think when you nail all three of those, you really do have something that's awesome for the working professional. All right, so what are the negatives? You know, like we say around here, there's negatives to everything. These are just the negatives I see. They don't have to be the negatives that you see. Straightforward, it's just gonna be, you know what, there's just a lot of setup and storage that's involved for the activation, and it doesn't make it very practical for your walk-around magician. It also doesn't make it very practical for your lay magician or your non-working professional. I think what Will has made is something for the working professional, somebody that makes their living doing this, and someone who isn't gonna mind spending the money for it. All right, so that leads us to, is it worth your money? It's $190, $190. But like I said, you're getting the device, you're getting a certificate of authenticity, you're getting the DVD, and you're getting a cute little red box that it all goes into. I know $190 sounds like a lot for a single effect, but when you're getting a quality device like this, especially something that's made out of metal, you always expect to pay more. You're gonna pay more for metal. You're always gonna pay more for like brass Aikido boxes. You're gonna pay more for brass bill tubes. Metal just costs money. And when you have magic metal or metal that actually has memory to it, you're gonna expect to pay a little bit more. And then on top of that, getting the teaching from Will and then getting just the ability to be able to do something like this on stage, you're gonna have to expect to pay something a little extra. And so I think $190 is actually very affordable for what Will has given you. And so I think it is definitely in the wheelhouse, very well priced. All right, so who would like this? Like I've been saying, it's for working professionals. Really, this is for your stage magicians. So that's really your target audience, the stage magicians, people who do stage mentalism, people who are already were avid magicians on video or television. TV rights do not get included with this. You will need to talk to Sans Minds Magic about that. But I think this would work great for television, great for video, great, like I said, for anybody working on stage. All right, so that is Blossom from Will Tsai and Sans Minds Magic. And if you'd like to purchase your own, you can find it at one of your favorite Murphy's Magic suppliers. Thanks, bye.